Well, you guys voted. So the next movie I'm going to be reviewing is Suicide Squad. You guys voted, and this is the next movie. It was pretty close between this movie and The Room, but this movie won out. So, yep, Suicide Squad is the next movie I'm reviewing. But, like I always do, we have to watch the movie first. So, I remember reviewing this movie back when it first came out, back when I first saw the movie in theaters, and I gave it a okay review, I guess. I thought it was fine, but my thoughts have changed. I don't know, I guess when you look back on my older videos, when you watch my trailer reaction, I really liked the trailer. And I still stand by it. I thought the trailer for this movie looked really cool. But I guess I fell for the hype, and I guess I really wanted to like the Suicide Squad movie, so I forgave a lot of problems for it. When you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't be so forgiving for a movie that doesn't deserve it. And yeah, Suicide Squad doesn't deserve it, really. So, yeah. So, today I'm going to be re-reviewing Suicide Squad to rectify these wrongs. I'm going to be reviewing this movie that, in the end, genuinely does kind of suck. So, with that being said, headphones on, light off, and let us watch this movie. Alright, I turned the movie off again. Shit. DC Comics. Run now, before it's too late.
Can I tell you something? Can I tell you a secret? Yeah. One day, somehow, some way, I'm gonna get out of here, and I'm gonna rain down on you like the Holy Ghost. Yeah.
This movie has such a good cast. What happened?
Do something.
Why is she half naked? Why doesn't she have a real prison uniform? Oh, because we gotta sell those Harley Quinn t-shirts, don't we?
You sleep on the ground.
I sleep where I want, when I want, with who I want.
I didn't know Harley Quinn was a slut.
Alpha 1.
Please allow me to introduce myself. I'm a man.
With a really cool soundtrack that's better than the movie.
The world changed when Superman flew across the sky. And then it changed again when he didn't.
Yeah, I remember the guy who sacrificed himself and totally won't come back for Justice League. Suicide Squad! The movie that was practically suicide for DC when it comes to critical ratings. I think Suicide Squad got worse ratings than Batman vs. Superman did, I think. Maybe. Maybe they were even, I don't remember.
There's rumors, Amanda, that some of them have abilities.
Well, the rumors are right. We got lucky with Superman, who shared our values. The next Superman might not.
My biggest problem with this movie is that they make Suicide Squad fight against a villain that's trying to take over the entire planet. Suicide Squad was more of a Black Ops team for fighting smaller time villains like, say, the Riddler or something, or Two-Face. That's what they were better suited for. That's what this movie should have been about. They should have brought like Two-Face or Riddler or something like that. Not this evil witch that can take over the entire planet.
No one gets paid until what needs to get done gets done.
Nope, that's not the rules. No money, no honey. I'm still seeing zeros over here, Angie.
Then stop it, Q, and do your job.
Oh, they're taking him out of the car now.
Okay, relax. There was an accounting error. We said it.
Now double it for being a dickhead. You got 10 seconds.
You son of a bitch.
Pleasure doing business with you, Angie.
I'll be honest, Deadpool was kind of badass. The action in DC is honestly really cool. Like, the fights and stuff like that in DC are pretty cool, and the shit they do, it is very creative and imaginative. I like that. I just wish the story and writing were better.
Mama stays in bed a lot.
Yeah, she's still going out at night?
Dad, it's okay. I can take care of her. Mama says I can't live with you because you kill people. I know you do bad things. Don't worry. I still love you.
That kid actress sucks. I'm sorry, yeah. Oh, here's Batman.
It's over, Deadshot.
Oh, now you know it's a DC movie with Batman's in it.
Daddy, please.
Zoe, move!
Come on, Batman, brand him or something like that. And make sure he gets shanked in jail like Batman would really do. You know, kid, just because you can cry on command doesn't mean you're a good actress.
Let's just say I put him in the hole and threw away the hole.
That sounds stupid.
Harley. Before she
Is this really the appropriate music for Harley Quinn?
known as Dr. Harley Quinn.
I don't know. What's with all the fucking stuffed animals and shit? That's kind of weird, don't you think?
Oh, I'm not gonna kill you. I'm just gonna hurt you. Really, really bad.
I think that version of the trailer was a better take. I can't decide if Jared Leto's really a good Joker or not.
Queen of Gotham City.
He's not in the movie enough to be a good Joker. I don't know. I just haven't seen enough of him yet. I will say this about Joker. He looks fucking stupid. Seriously, bling in his teeth, tattoos all over his face. I'm sorry, it looks dumb. Like seriously, what the fuck is that? That looks stupid.
So intense.
Oh, there she is.
The one, the only, the infamous Harley Quinn.
Listen, you are my guests to this handsome
Hunka.
You want no beef? You don't want no
what's
beef?
wrong?
You don't want no beef?
You don't like me?
Are you enjoying yourself?
That's your lady, Joker.
Well, that's right.
Yeah. Yo, Jake.
So what kind of Joker is he supposed to be? The anarchist Joker? The criminal Joker? I don't know. Oh, look, more Batman. You know it's DC. And she's dead. She's dead. Of course, Joker just magically disappears. But Harley's left behind. We see later in the movie that Joker he risks like everything to save Harleen. But then he just abandoned her here? Yeah, that looked real. Don't worry, they'll shank her in prison. Out of all the characters in this movie, Captain Boomerang, he has the most personality. That's not saying much, but he has the most personality of everybody in this movie. Oh look, Flash!
No honor among thieves, eh? Where you are? You hungry? You want
this movie won an Oscar for makeup.
What are you in the mood for tonight?
But he gets taken down by a taser.
Releasing a metahuman more powerful than any we've encountered.
Who dances all the time.
I assigned him to watch Dr. Moon, and just as I hoped, it got personal.
Are you gonna kiss me or not?
I have the witch's heart, and Dr. Moon has his.
That romance is going to be his main motivation for this entire movie, but we saw like 2 seconds of a romance. Speaking of which, we're at the 20-minute mark, and they're done establishing all the characters. Took 20 minutes to establish all the main characters anyway.
Who would have stopped it?
20 minutes, guys.
But what happens if the next Superman becomes a terrorist? Amanda Waller has a plan. Amanda?
I want
to use
a team of some very bad
Harley Quinn, Deadshot, and a guy that throws boomerangs to fight him.
The next Superman.
Idiot.
My wife.
Enchantress.
Okay, again, that was a pretty cool visual. The visuals are pretty cool. They're imaginative. It's just the story and the characters that suck. Again, as a Black Ops team, this doesn't sound like too bad of an idea. Using villains against villains. Whoever wins, doesn't matter. Villains are gone out of the world. Again, not a bad idea. It's just the story's too big for this team. They're going against a threat for the entire planet. Not against some small villain that's just robbing banks or something. That's who they should be fighting against. That's my problem with this movie. They're trying to put Suicide Squad on the same scale as Superman, Wonder Woman, when in reality, they're more like, again, a Black Ops team of smaller stories needed for this. That's all I'm saying.
Yo, S.A. Hola, amigo. Put that burrito down. You got visitors, man.
Well, that's racist as hell, ain't it?
Was this, cheerleading tryouts?
I don't know how I feel about Will Smith being Deadshot. It feels more like it's just, you know, Will Smith being Will Smith rather than Will Smith being Deadpool. I just see Will Smith. Again, the film was visually impressive, for the most part.
You notice these are criminals? Just psychotic, antisocial freaks. It makes no sense. Let me hit the tier 1 unit.
It's weird that this movie keeps pointing out how stupid of an idea this is, and they're gonna do it anyway.
But without you minding her, your lady friend stays here strapped to a board in a drug-induced coma.
They warned me about you. Dumbass didn't believe the stories.
Nobody does.
Was Waller always that much of a bitch in the comics? Even in the animated series, I grew up to Justice League the animated series. Waller was kind of a bitch, but she wasn't this bad.
This black site. That's where she is. So what are we doing?
So yeah, Joker really wants Harleen back. I don't know. It just he never seemed like he cared about Harleen. It's an abusive relationship. Joker only cares about causing chaos and mayhem. I think they're trying to go for like a mix between the criminal Joker and the anarchist Joker. Obviously, the Heath Ledger Joker versus the
man, this is crazy.
Blah 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 blah.
Versus the one that was like in the 1988 Batman movie. I can't remember his name. Fuck. They're trying to find a balance between that two, but they have this.
You're gonna be my friend.
All the stuff in the trailer where they cut it out. They cut all of it out.
If you have to choose between her or me, stop her. Promise me you'll stop her. Even if it kills me.
Again, we barely saw this romance, so I can't feel for them. You cut so much shit out and you rush through it. It's so weird. They spent 20 minutes trying to establish every character in the movie, but it was so rushed and you barely saw anything. Like, what the fuck? Makeout session! Again, that was kind of cool. Like, again, it's kind of neat he just stands there and takes a train and on. That's cool, but...
Get Amanda Waller and her whole circus on.
We're going live with Task Force X. Pull them.
We got an orgy in a subway station? Yeah. They're fucking right in the railroads.
Open up.
I gotta ask, what is with the, what's with, like, all the panda suits and shit? I get the Joker's weird and all, but I mean panda suits? That just doesn't make much sense. Oh look, it's Groot. Remember when he did that tree root thing? From Guardians of the Galaxy? Where's Wonder Woman during this shit? Like, seriously. We know she's around during this time. I mean, I know she's in France, but come on.
Welcome to the party, Captain Boomerang.
Boomerang has the only funny moments in this movie.
Calm down.
Oh, Slipknot, my favorite character. I hope nothing bad happens to him.
You had a mouth.
You might want to work on your team motivation thing. You heard of Phil Jackson?
Yeah.
He's like the gold standard. Okay? Triangle, bitch.
Stop being Will Smith, Will Smith. Yeah, because that scene was really necessary for this movie, wasn't it? I can tell why she hated that uniform. The actress actually hated that uniform.
Hey, y'all might want to leave. Old boy
We're at the 47-minute mark and they're finally meeting each other. Big Hero 6 wasn't this bad.
Got nothing to worry about from me.
Oh, we're meeting Katana for the first time.
I would advise not getting killed by her. Her sword traps the souls of its victims.
I hope we get to see that in this movie.
Nice to meet ya.
Yeah, I'm sure everyone can survive that. Now Not only did they survive, they're perfectly okay.
Assets are undamaged.
They're all perfectly fine. Not even hurt. Slightly. Oh no, Slipknot! He was my favorite character! Damn it, I knew this was gonna happen to him.
Now that's killer app.
Okay, we want to keep playing the Hollywood Square.
Yeah, no. I'm surprised the Emoji Movie didn't promote it.
Amanda, we have hostiles up ahead.
Flag, get out of there.
We're not here to fight them. You know that doesn't work.
So instead of leaving, they just stood there, waited until they got discovered. How nice. How come the soldiers can't fight these guys, but all the supervillains can? I mean, I get they're supervillains, but you figure the soldiers could do stuff too. Why are the others even here? Deadpool's got this. Deadshot. My bad. Deadshot's got this. Again, that was genuinely kind of badass.
Well, looky here. Ooh, it's fire. Ooh. The brief said terrorists.
I don't know why I'm smiling. That was stupid.
If I told you.
Out of all the people in this movie, Deadshot is like, he's like the only one that really has an arc, and I use arc loosely.
Deadshot, we don't come together, no one's walking out of here alive. I want my mission. You want your life and your kid back. You help me keep this Mardi Gras parade in line, and I'll hook you up.
Yep, apparently that's all they need to fix everything. They've been fighting the whole time, and now they're friends.
I am not someone who is loved. I'm an idea.
I hate how Joker is represented in this movie. Having the tattoos and the bling and stuff like that. It looks stupid. And I remember watching Ralph the Movie Maker's review for this movie, and he describes the Joker as this... He's so unsubtle, like he has to say phrases like, I'm an idea, instead of just doing shit.
I need a victim, a mind to pry apart and spit in.
Just leave it, mate. She's a rabbit hole. Don't fall in.
Japanese, female, mid-20s, 5'5", good health, athletic, and an only child with deep-seated father issues.
Don't you stop acting like a drunken stripper.
You want to tell me what the hell's going on then? Because I smell a rat. Hey, that's okay, sell out. I get it. I get it. I know how the world works, okay? And when it comes to the heart, everyone for themselves, right?
Harley is such a waste of potential. Like, she is one of the most fascinating characters in the DC universe. And damn, do they waste her.
Oh, looks like we'll have a spot of luck, eh? They're walking the park. Easy peasy.
Don't make me shoot you.
Hey, guys. Come on, let's go.
It feels like the comedy feels so forced in this movie. You know they threw it in last minute because Deadpool was so funny.
I don't like this flag.
I don't like it either.
Pussy.
I will knock your ass out.
I'm sorry, that was funny. I know I just bashed the comedy in this movie, but it does make me laugh a couple of times.
Where you been, homie? This ain't my fight. You know what? You don't stand for shit. You ain't about shit. Don't touch me. What you gonna do? I'm touching you. I'm touching you. Do something. Don't touch me. You wanna see something? Yes, I wanna see something.
So yeah, a guy who was a pacifist for like really long time, he decided not to use his powers anymore because he killed his wife and kids, decides to use his powers again just because some guy badmouthed him.
Would you live for me?
Yes,
You want this?
I do.
I hate this so much. Harley fell in love with Joker and became insane through that, as like a Stockholm Syndrome kind of thing. Here, though, she goes through the same shit that Joker apparently went through. It just, I don't know. Kind of takes away the whole aspect of her being half psycho, half normal. Like, that's what made Harley so interesting. She was a flip-flopping back and forth. She could be insane and crazy, but at the same time, she could be normal, too. She had regret and stuff like that. In this movie, we can't have her be complex.
You ever been in love?
Nah, never.
Bullshit.
Again, wasted opportunity!
Clear.
Hey, God. Seems like that make you really wish like they really treated Harley Quinn right. But man, it's a wasted opportunity.
You all made it this far. Don't get high-spirited on me and ruin a good thing.
I like her.
What the fuck?
Come on, baby.
I'm sorry. The Joker doesn't give a shit about Harley.
Kill Harley Quinn. Do it for your freedom and your kid.
I missed.
Yeah, because they had such a good friendship. They talked like twice. Joker doesn't give a shit about Harley! I'm sorry!
Oh, you know I'd do anything for you.
This bird is baked.
Yeah, that fall would still probably kill her. And somehow the Joker will survive that. Just like he did the car accident earlier. Again, the Joker dying is what breaks Harley's heart. Not the fact that the Joker was an abusive asshole.
Stand by, I'll send another hero!
Yeah, because he's such an abusive asshole to you. He treated you like shit.
I missed you all so much.
We're glad you could make it.
Yeah, they really are close. Jeez.
Now tell me how to destroy your armies.
Do your worst, bitch.
Why do you need to ask her how to destroy the armies and you're just gonna, like, okay, I'll just destroy myself how I want to? What a stupid fucking question.
Tell everybody. Everything. Me and you gonna go right now.
3 days ago, a non-human entity appeared in the subway station. See, nobody could get near this thing, but the witch could. Needless to say, the whole thing was a bad idea.
We couldn't see this earlier? Why are we looking at this now? And now we're seeing all this again?
You can just kill me right now, but I'm gonna have a drink.
Deadshot, I need your help.
No, sir. You need a miracle.
We need Wonder Woman, because she's better built for the story. Not people who can throw fucking boomerangs and shit. So yeah, this is the scene where they have to give up, because
You haven't, Casey.
even though they've been doing fine throughout the entire movie, it's here now where they decide to give up.
Well, we almost pulled it off. Despite what everybody thought.
Then we just gave up.
I don't kill women or children. I do.
So now we're getting development for these other characters. That's not Deadshot. Deadshot and Harleen and Rick are the only ones who've gotten development, but all the other characters got nothing so far. We're an hour and a half in, and we're finally talking about them.
This is our home.
You put that back where you found it.
I'm taking my kids to Mom's.
You ain't taking my kids nowhere.
The kids?
He killed them.
Such character development an hour and a half into the movie.
Get to the part in that binder saying I was sleeping with her.
I've never been with a witch before. What's that like?
Must be supernatural.
Apparently that's creatures.
If I don't stop the witch, it's over. Everything is over.
Again, we saw like 2 minutes of that romance. If even that.
You're free to go.
Again, Captain Boomerang has the most personality and had the funniest moment in the movie. That was actually genuinely funny.
You had these the whole time.
Why would you bring them?
Man who killed her husband used that sword. His soul's trapped inside of it. She talks to him. Let's do this.
That's literally the only scene Katana has this development. The only one in the movie.
And then I met June.
Do what you gotta do.
I'm so glad we got to see that romance develop. Like, seriously. I found a lot of this movie is a lot of talking. All the development, everything is done with talking. And it's like, you couldn't show us that? You can't show Katana's husband getting killed. You can't show more of Harley and Joker. You can't show more of Rick and June. You can't show more of Deadshot and his daughter. All that's done with talking. Aside from a couple of scenes that's like a minute or two long. In this 2-hour movie that later got an extended edition.
Lady, you are evil.
Says the murderer. Yeah, the entire military can't fight these guys, but a group of people, one of them involving boomerangs, can. Again, where the fuck is Wonder Woman?
I lost one family, I ain't gonna lose another one. Think it through.
Yeah, family.
Let me show you what I really am.
Y'all have little to no bond whatsoever. There's like no bond at all in this movie. Okay, this part's kind of cool actually. This is generally kind of cool. I really like this part. Again, where's Wonder Woman? Yeah, because these guys can totally fist fight a witch who can teleport and shit. I'm sorry, what the fuck?
Uh-oh. Sorry.
That was kind of cool.
Enough!
Really? You can do that anytime.
Please, Daddy, don't do it. The only way for us to be together is if you don't pull the trigger.
We shared like a minute of screen time on this movie. Fuck off. Kidding. Alright, enough of the slow motion. Fucking do it already. So being stabbed multiple times won't destroy the heart, but just being crushed by the hand. I mean, I'm sure a heart could be... I'm sure you could crush a heart, but... You got stabbed like a bunch of times. Really? My boyfriend just died. The abusive boyfriend died, but, you know.
How are you not dead?
That's a good question.
The world.
If you're up here, like in a building, and you shoot a man down here on the street, that's how far the bullet actually goes?
It's a good way to teach math to your kid. Again, Deadshot was like the only person that had somewhat of an arc in this movie. Everyone else had like basically nothing really. You know, it's not a big twist when you have the word Joker on his chest. And yeah, he's alive. So, this is him getting all the information on the metahumans like Aquaman, Flash, basically for Justice League and shit.
Why, Mr. Wayne?
Even though he already got that, he kind of got that information in the last, in Batman vs. Superman. That's the end of it. That's the end of the movie. Alright. Turn the lights back on. Ugh. So yeah, that's Suicide Squad. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I really did want to like this movie. I really did, but it's pretty obvious from watching this movie. Like, this film went through a lot of reshoots, and judging from the editing and stuff, like, if you remember the main trailer for this movie, you remember a lot of stuff from the trailer was cut out and left out of the movie. Like, a lot of this was not in the movie, and it feels very choppy. The editing is very choppy. The directing is very loose. It just doesn't feel natural. Like, a lot of this obviously is forced. My biggest problem with Suicide Squad is that the story feels too big for this small group. Like, Suicide Squad shouldn't have been this big story. Like, they try to make this as big and epic as possible by throwing in, like oh, it's a witchcraft person that wants to destroy the entire planet. When in reality, that's never who Suicide Squad was. Suicide Squad was mainly a group of villains who came together to fight other villains. That's not a bad idea, but at the same time, they fought villains on their level. Like, you have a guy who's a marksman, you have the Joker's girlfriend, you have a guy who's part crocodile, and a guy who throws boomerangs. And essentially, that's good for fighting, like, maybe the Riddler, maybe Two-Face, stuff like that. But not a witch that can destroy the entire planet. Not literal, like, interdimensional gods and shit. That's ridiculous. There's no way. Where the fuck was Wonder Woman, Batman, Aquaman, Flash, any of the people that can literally fight these kind of things? Don't know. They can't be in the movie because it's apparently above their pay grade. Their pay grade, apparently. Don't know where they are. I don't know. The actors. I think the actors, for the most part, are good choices. Will Smith as Deadshot is not. I think Will Smith just acts more like Will Smith than Deadshot. I don't know. Deadshot was always more of a businessman than really this smart-ass, sassy kind of guy. And I don't know. That just felt more like Will Smith to me. I mean, sure, Deadshot would have a one-liner here and there, as I remember, but not as common as we see in this movie. For me, it felt more like Will Smith as being Will Smith. I don't know. Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn does a good job. She is a good Harley Quinn. But, man, such a fucking waste of her character. Again, I really hate what they did with Harley Quinn and Joker in this movie. Like, Harley has got to be one of the most interesting characters in the DC universe. Like, I really do enjoy researching her, reading her stories, and everything like that. Watching her fall for this crazed lunatic, becoming just another one of his victims, because in reality, Joker never cared about her. He doesn't care about anyone but himself, really. And eventually picking herself up and becoming something of an anti-hero, I always thought that was kind of cool. I always thought that was really interesting to watch. Watching her fall apart and then pick herself back up slowly. You know, that was always such a good story to me. But in the movie, no! Joker and Harley are a very cute, very romantic couple, because that sells t-shirts. Yeah, because you see all over Facebook and, like, social media and stuff, all those pictures that's like, I'll be his Harley if he'll be my Joker and stuff. Romanticizing an abusive relationship. All because it sells t-shirts and stuff at Hot Topic, because that's all Hot Topic's about. Hot Topic loves Harley Quinn and Joker and shit like that, so yeah! Yeah, that's really, really good. You fucking soulless bastards. Out of all the characters, Captain Boomerang probably has more personality than anybody. Like, he had the funniest moment, like when Rick destroys the gadget, and he just grabs all the beers and leaves. That was genuinely funny. But that's really it. There are a few moments where the movie made me laugh, but most of the time the comedy feels very forced. It's obvious like they threw it in last minute. Like, it feels like it was very just thrown in there. Like that moment where Harley just kind of smacks the sorcerer in the back of the head with a bat. Then she's like, sorry. Like, why would you stop fighting? The fuck? Like, why would you just stop in the middle of the fight? That's ridiculous. It's not funny. It was just really stupid and annoying. There's a lot of moments like that in this movie where the comedy is just kind of forced and doesn't feel natural. Like, you could tell, like, clearly they threw those reshoots in there because the studio wanted to be like Marvel. They saw that Deadpool was very random and very funny and stuff like that, and everybody loved it. So it's like, hey, we can do it too because we're DC and we're totally not trying to rip off Marvel at all with this. We're trying to be like Deadpool and Guardians of the Galaxy, you know, with bringing criminals together and trying to, trying to make them save the world and stuff like that. You know, if Marvel can do it, so can we. And it's like, you don't need to be like Marvel. You can do things on your own. Like I just saw Wonder Woman a while back, and that movie was great. I loved it. I genuinely thought Wonder Woman was a good movie. This is not a good movie. Again, it feels like it's very lazy, very tagged on. A lot of the stuff is tagged on. Like, again, the arc that Deadshot has with his daughter, but it's so bare boned. It's like Deadshot has a daughter he's fighting for, but that's really it. I don't think we even got a name for the daughter. Like, I don't remember a name for her. Did she even get a name? What about Deadpool's ex-wife? What about her? Do we get to learn anything about their relationship? No? No? Nothing whatsoever? No backstory? Nothing? Deadshot just has a daughter. That's it. And her name is Daughter. That's literally what her fucking name is. Oh, shit. That's great. Harley, again, I feel like is such a wasted opportunity. Like, I thought that might be what they were going for with after Joker dies, but no, Joker's alive in the end because he somehow survives a helicopter crash. He somehow survives a Lamborghini crashing in the ocean and just magically disappears. Because, I mean, I can see why Jared Leto wasn't happy with these reshoots. It's fucking ridiculous. It was bullshit. It's stupid. Joker's not like that. He's not like Batman and Flash where he can just, in a second, in a flash, just disappear out of nowhere, out of thin air. It's ridiculous. It's stupid. I don't know. Again, I think I just enjoy more or less the fact that Joker was an abusive asshole. Harley would get over her love for him and eventually grow and become a stronger person in her own right. I like that a lot more. It's a lot more interesting. It's a lot more powerful than what we got. With instead of Harley just following Joker around and stuff like that, and just giving into the romance because, you know, that sells toys. That's what people at Hot Topic want. And it's fucking stupid. Stop selling out to 13-year-olds. For fuck's sake. They don't know what love is. For goodness sake. Jesus Christ. That's probably the thing that pisses me off the most in this movie. Romanticizing an abusive relationship. I don't know. I guess aside from that, my biggest problem for a movie-wise and otherwise is the fact that I always thought Suicide Squad was a smaller thing. Like, this was never meant to be a big deal thing. Like, the Suicide Squad. It's not a bad idea. There's a reason why it's such a popular comic book. Because, you know, the idea of pitting villain against villain isn't a bad idea. But here's the thing. Who do we have here? We have the marksman. We have the Joker's girlfriend. A crocodile. A guy who does ropes, who died 5 minutes in. A guy who can breathe fire, and a boomerang guy. Are those really the kind of guys you want to send after an interdimensional goddess? No, you want Wonder Woman. You want the Flash. You want Superman. You want those people. And yeah, I know, Superman's dead at this point. Yeah, dead. I use quotations because he's not. But yeah. Yeah, he's dead, but fuck. No, you want to use these guys for something smaller, like maybe the Riddler or Two-Face, the Penguin. Someone small, like another gangbanger, or like another criminal warlord, or maybe to fight the Joker himself. Wouldn't that have been really interesting? Why not have Joker be the main villain for this story? That would have been really interesting. It wouldn't be another Batman-Joker story. It'd be something genuinely different. Okay, everybody wanted to see the Joker in the story. Okay, we were going to get a new Joker. Everybody was excited to see a new Joker. But we get, like, he's maybe in the mood for 10 minutes total, and it's bullshit. And I'm not counting the extended edition. Okay, I know this movie got an extended edition, but really, that's all just the shots that were left out of the original movie. It's just extra stuff that's extra padding for the movie at this point. A lot of the character development in this movie is done through talking. Like, Captain Boomerang has a lot of personality, but he probably has the least character out of all these characters, which is really weird to say. You know what I'm saying? Next to Killer Croc, who had like maybe 6 lines of dialogue in this movie. You could have cut him out, nothing would have changed really. Really, nothing. He has little to no impact on this movie whatsoever. You could have cut Killer Croc out of the story and nothing would be different. Captain Boomerang is essentially the same. He's there more for comic relief, I understand. And again, he does have the funniest moment in the movie. But what does he do for the story? Nothing. El Diablo, he fights the guy at the end, but again, what does he serve? What purpose do any of these real characters serve overall? I don't really remember. I don't know. It just felt really stupid. Like, you don't send a Black Ops team to go after interdimensional gods. You just don't do it. This should have been more like, maybe like Ant-Man, or maybe the first Thor movie, where it's a very small story in retrospect. You know? Like, it's really not that big of a story in retrospect to the universe. Like, maybe it could have been like Ant-Man or Spider-Man Homecoming, where it's not so much the world in danger, but more or less maybe the city or something like that, or there's just this one villain to fight. Not this interdimensional goddess or some bullshit like that. I don't know, it's stupid. The actors are good. They do give good performances. The action's fun. I will give it that much. So I can't call this movie awful. I don't think it's awful, really, but it's definitely bad. Like, it's not Batman versus Superman bad, but it's still pretty bad. Mainly because it's bland. The characters are dull. There's not much development going on. The arcs and story that everyone's given is very bare bone. We don't get to see a lot of development. Like Rick and June's relationship, we get like maybe 2 minutes of screen time with that. It's like they just like pass by. Like, again, I think the Sadder critic said it best. This is a movie made where you gotta read the comics and you gotta know the comics to know any of these characters and like what's going on and know what the fuck's going on. But if you're an outsider like me who doesn't really read the comics but basically has an okay knowledge of characters, like I know who Harley Quinn is, I know some of the stuff she's been through, but I can't tell you what her birthday is. I can't tell you if she's got a brother or sister. I can't tell you that shit. Alright, I'm just kind of a casual moviegoer who just goes into DC saying, like, yeah, I want to see this movie. That sounds like fun. Sounds like a good time. But if I go in this movie, I'm not really going to know who these people are. And for a movie written with the mindset that you need to know the comics and you need to know these characters beforehand before you go see this movie. Kind of like a sequel or something like that. Which is not a good thing. It's not a good way to write a movie. In fact, it's a shitty way to write a movie. Again, the actors are fine, the action's fun, but it's bland, it's bland, the characters are dull, and really, it's too big a story for these characters. And there's also the shitty aspect of romanticizing an abusive relationship. I thought that part sucked. So yeah, that's Suicide Squad for you. It sucked. My name's RaisorBlade, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay out, guys. Rock on. Man, this sucked.